Well, a very brave move by the captain. Rahul Dravid decided to come to open the innings. He's been a real wall for the Indians for a long period of time. He decided to come as an opener. I'm not really sure how good a decision is this, because India really need him. And early on with the ball in Shoaib's hand, it'd be not easy to bat against.
Shoaib Akhtar, it will be to commence. And knocked him straight away. Short delivery to start with, taking evasive actions, leg by signaled. Did it get Virendra Sehwag on the helmet?
What a delivery. An excellent delivery to start off. It can really shake the batsman. You get hit very first ball. Well, I thought he hit him on his head, but no. Hit him on the bat. It could have gone anywhere. Lucky that he went for the boundary.
Was signal leg buys. It's happened twice. Waka, you and me on air. Yesterday, Mohammad Yusuf. And today, Virendra Sehwag. Slower delivery, straight on.
Well, it looked like that it hit him in his on his head, but it hit the bat. Risky, kept his bat up. Could have gone anywhere. Lucky that it's still there. Well, doesn't really matter, because I don't think Rudy picked it up, but Rudy also thought that it's hit him on his head. Gave a leg buys. Very senior umpire, Rudy.
This should be leg buys. Keep an eye on Rudy. Yes, it is.
Lights are on here at Gaddafi Stadium. It's getting a little cloudy. But overall, the light is not bad at the moment. But I don't know how long the umpires think that this light is good enough to especially bat against Shoaib Akhtar and Mohammad Sami's pace.
Yeah, the last delivery, 148.6 k's per hour. So that would also be a significant factor.
It's just a loosener here.
A loosener? He's got 4 slips in a gully to Dravid. Again, a good delivery. Gets off the mark, Rahul Dravid, but was in an awkward situation. Got himself into a tangle.
Well, he hasn't really opened for a while now, so it's going to be something new for him. That one just kicked off. That's what pace can make a difference. That's what we've been talking about in the Pakistani innings. They didn't really have enough pace to threaten the batsman. And you can clearly see as the Dravid even struggled on that ball, although he's probably one of the best defensive batsmen you'll see in the game.
Yeah, the pace you were talking about, also the extra bounce. Rahul Dravid in the air, off the ground, but the ball still hitting him on the shoulder of the bat. Just look at that, off the ground. He can bend his back, Shoaib Akhtar.
It's always very difficult to come just before the interval. Still probably, say, 12 to 13 minutes to tea. It's always difficult to bat in that span of time, especially when the lights are on. Field there, 3 slips in a gully. And you'll probably see this field for a long period of time. Pakistan has got plenty of runs to defend. There you go. That's a good field position where he's got a field at short point.
Gets off the mark. Typical Sehwag fashion. Likes to score in boundaries and gets off the mark with the last ball of the first over for a boundary. It's 10 for no loss. Oh, great delivery. Took everyone by surprise, and in Sehwag as well. He was in two minds whether to defend or whether to leave. Does the best thing in the end, swaying away.
That's the quality of Rana Naveed. Oh, he didn't have no clue where the ball went at the end. He thought it was going to be far away, and it was just coming straight at him. Closed his eyes.
This is a real classic. No protection on the leg side. Half volley asking for trouble.
Used the pace beautifully. That one once again swung into the right-hander batsman. Beautifully picked. Sheer timing once again. I tell you that if Sehwag stays there, this score will look easy.
Huge grunt, but a great shot from Dravid. Looking for the Yorker was Shoaib Akhtar. Doesn't get it right. The margin of error very minimal. And Dravid picks up a glorious boundary to end the fifth over. It's 22 for no loss. So it's tea time here at the Gaddafi Stadium. Day 2 in this first test match in the Allianz Cup. Pakistan won the toss and did extremely well. A huge score. And India in reply, 22 for no loss.
Beautifully placed, and what great timing. Virender Sehwag is off to a brilliant start. Couple of very nice shots.
The turn of the wrist, and the ball is away to the boundary once again. They've got some protection on the onside. Should he not keep it on the ground? But this was played to perfection. He allowed it to come close.
Maybe he'll have a lighter bat when he's facing the new ball and then turn to a heavier stuff later on. Now that is quite sloppy cricket from Pakistan. That ball has run away for extra runs. 4 conceded. I think fielding side was not prepared to back or even take that return from Shoaib Malik.
Not quite sure what happened there, but Rahul Dravid ended up with 4 more runs to his credit. India quickly 34 without loss. They need a good solid start. Rahul Dravid has come into open. Coming into open, well, he's sent the right signals. He's leading from the front. It's an aggressive stance. Captain coming into open. And I think, you know, if you consider, Ramiz, that the resources that are there for him, I think this is probably the best utilization of them, rather than having Sourav Ganguly open. He's got him where he thinks he'd perform the best in the middle order, so that strengthens the middle order. And he's been coming at 3 a lot, almost playing the new ball, so he shouldn't have too many problems.
Good channel from a fast bowler. Imran Farid is on for Mohammad Yusuf. Got 100 in a practice game against India. Not exactly a practice game. They call what? Side match. Side matches.
It's getting slightly dark here. It's clouded over. The lights have come on. And you have the Pakistani paceman bowling at about 150 plus every delivery. So it's not an easy time there for the Indian openers at the moment. 3 slips and a gully, staring at 600 plus. And Shoaib Akhtar steaming in.
Not only do they have to look out for his fast ball, but also his slow delivery that dented England quite badly in that last series. But he's got to put it away. Rahul Dravid is professional enough, capable enough to know that his job is to focus on the delivery and not to worry about the light at this stage, because that can easily put you off focus. And also out there, he's got to think like a batsman, forget about the captaincy hassles. This could turn out to be a brave move. Rahul Dravid has decided to open himself, and as Arun Lal was just mentioning, send a strong signal to the dressing room and also to the opposition that I'm here to challenge you.
It's not easy to remain positive in circumstances like the way they've had to face in the last 2 days. But certainly the Indians need to fight, and fight hard if they have to salvage anything from this game.
Fight fire with fire. Good opening start can give them that platform, and this pitch is playing easy enough really for the middle order really to come and repel the attack. His focus is immaculate. He's always thinking about the next delivery. He draws away from the challenge because Shoaib Akhtar is taking his time. .34 without a wicket. That's gone through the gap. Crunchy drive. Virender Sehwag is not going to spare the loose stuff.
That's a good shot. That's an authoritative punch off the back foot. Would do his confidence a world of good as well, because he had enough time to go onto the back foot. He likes to be on the back foot. So these short deliveries normally puts away with consummate ease. He's managed to crash that through the covers. Again, the balance, the standout feature in the shot.
Another fine shot. And Canaria, well, will give it a chase, but an effort that will not go down too well with Pakistan. Fielding is not his forte.
Again on the back foot, that punch. Now this should have been stopped here for a single. But he's a tall man with long legs. Coming down there is not that easy, and with that jumper on, it's not the easiest with that huge rope staring you in the face.
Shot one. In the end, well played. It appeared for a second or so that it had got big on him.
Was in a good position, and well, that required some doing to play it from there. It did become big on him. Ideally he would have wanted to leave this one, but he couldn't.
It's a lovely drive. Once again, challenge for Canario. Does well this time. Also, I think Inzamam knows that Afridi has got confidence after his wonderful 100, so he wants to use that confidence and drag it into his bowling. That's whipped away beautifully. Excellent shot from Rahul Dravid.
Slightly short on the leg stump. He just whips it away. Just the turn of the wrists. Just followed the line perfectly, Dravid. Let it come close to his body and whipped it. No protection there for 4.
Well, Afridi has got a license to bowl freely. Plenty of runs on the board. So he can be as natural as he wants himself to be. We'll see a lot of variations from him. 47 without a wicket. Oh, well fielded, is it? No, gone through. For once I thought that Shoaib Malik was running away. Done a fantastic job, but fantastic job done by Virender Sehwag.
That's the area that he favors the most. Shot outside the off stump, but he's not taking any chances now. He's absolutely on top and in control all along the ground.
That's played away from the fielder. Very good shot. Great timing once again from Sehwag. That certainly will frustrate Shahid Afridi. A little bit of width, and we know by now that you can't bowl that channel on a pitch like this. Flatter, quicker was Afridi, but offline. He's been in good touch. Tell you more about it, Shiva Ramakrishnan and Michael Holding.
Thank you, Ramiz. The lights are on, as we have seen. Pakistan having made over 600 runs, almost 700 runs, will be thinking to themselves that they have a chance of winning this game, and they'll be happy that the lights are on. Not too sure how long the bowlers will be happy about that, though. On this unresponsive pitch, no one getting any help at all. The bowlers might want to turn those lights off to get off the field.
Lights have come on a bit early today. Picks up an easy single, Virender Sehwag. It's important to rotate strike as well between these two. It's been a good start for India. 679 for 7 declared. Pakistan 59 for no loss is something that they'll be happy with. Just 2 men catching close to Dravid, slip and a silly point.
No ball from the spinner. That is a crime. Ultra motion will show you exactly how Afridi releases those deliveries. Not a big spinner of the ball. That's why you don't see so much action on the ball out of those fingers. Over comes to an end. It's 61 without loss. Found the gap. Rahul Dravid. An excellent timing as well.
He's moved into the 20s, Rahul Dravid. 3 boundaries to him so far.
couple of runs that Rahul Dravid got through the offside took him to 8,000 runs for India. That's a lot of runs. Don't worry about those other 23 runs. He has scored 8,000 runs for India. He has scored 8,023 test runs, but those 23 runs that you see above the 8,000 was when Australia played against that World 11. We'll forget those. Just the Indians that are looking a little bit shaky in the field.
Salman Butt, the fielder. A little complacent there, taking his eyes off the ball. The fumble giving the batsman enough time to pick up two.
The umpires had a word with each other, then a word with the batsmen, offering them the light, and they have decided to take it. We showed the lights, the artificial lights being turned on early here at the Gaddafi Stadium, but as we know in these test matches with the red ball, although the lights are turned on, the red ball isn't that easy to pick up in the fading light, fading natural light, even with artificial light. And so they leave the field anyway.
So bad light stopping play once again, but more overs lost and time lost today than yesterday. 65 for no loss was India. Virendra Sehwag 36 not out of 35 balls, and Dravid opening the innings for India 22 of 44 balls. Shoaib Akhtar bowled quick. So did Rana Naveed. Mohammad Sami also bowled with some pace, but no sign of Danish Kaneria, at least on day 2. But we'll see plenty of him, I'm sure, on day 3.
India 65 without a wicket. Virendra Sehwag will resume the show. He's on 36 of just 35 balls. Looked in very good touch. Conditions are mild. Sun is not peeping through the clouds, but it's not very cold. Rahul Dravid was very solid in his knock, 22 of 44 balls. And it'll be Rana Naveed who will bowl the first ball of day 3. And he's away with a very fine shot. First hour, as always, will be crucial to both teams. Pakistan will be looking to create an impact by picking up a couple of wickets, whereas India will be looking to defend and play as naturally, as normally as possible. Good morning, Michael Holding.
Good morning, Ramiz, and hello to all our viewers around the world. 613 runs still behind at the moment, India. Very intimidating when you look at a scorecard like that, a total like that, and you're batting second. What India have got to do is forget about what happened previously and think of their batting, occupying the crease.
That ball hardly bounced now. That'll be a worry for the batsman. Day 3 pitch. You'll get to see some variations. But it's much easier for a batsman if the ball goes the way it did on that last occasion rather than jumping up from that good length spot. He'll keep low. And you'll have to keep a vigil on the ball. Another run for India. Rahul Dravid is off the mark today.
I just said, Ramiz, is a lot better for the batsman if the ball only keeps low. If a few balls keep low, that's fine. If it's few are keeping low and a few are popping off a length, that creates problems. You're not too sure whether you can commit yourself to the front foot or not, but that won't happen on this pitch.
That ball is definitely struggling to zip through. But Rana Naveed is not an express bowler. He's medium pace, but Virender Sehwag had no problems.
You've got to keep your eyes on the ball though. Not all will bounce. Greg Chappell just having a word with the young reserve wicket keeper. Did a good job while he had the gloves last year.
It's a grassless pitch, lifeless pitch, full of cracks, but those cracks will not disintegrate. It's well bounded, well compacted. It will continue to be a featherbed. Finds the gap. Mohammad Yusuf will give up the chase very quickly. First 4 of the day struck by Virender Sehwag. India 71 without a wicket. Sehwag continued to hit Pakistan badly. He's on 41 from 39 balls. A phenomenal series last time he was here. Rahul Dravid, well, we can call him a makeshift opener. He's not a regular at that position, but looks a complete natural with Virender Sehwag at that number 2 slot on 23. Plenty of classy Indian batting to come. Shoaib Akhtar, will he enjoy the conditions? 5 overs, none for 14. Not off his full run-up. Pakistan would want a fit Shoaib Akhtar coming hard at India very early in the day. Strapping on his
All a matter of getting through these opening overs. Rahul Dravid, excellent temperament. He won't be too worried about spending time at the crease and not getting runs. It's very important that he spends the time there, sees off Shoaib Akhtar in particular, and then progress from that. Dean Jones was making the point yesterday that it's ideal for the Indian batsmen to think about just batting. Good batsmen on this pitch get in, they can get big scores.
This time he'll pick up a run. He's very strong in that area. I remember India, in fact Australia it was, that numbed him through that area by plotting ring of fielders on the onside for Rahul Dravid. Shoaib Akhtar, it's been a ginger start. We haven't seen a free-flowing Shoaib Akhtar, and reason could be this. Yesterday, his ankle area was heavily strapped. Feeling the pinch, the pain. He had problems with the landing zone as well. Catch it was the initial call, but he plays this shot really well, Virender Sehwag. Pretty much intentional.
Pretty safe shot once there's no third man in place, even if it carries a bit further in the air than he was expecting. There's no one down in the third man region to run in and take the catch. All he has to do is make sure that he gives himself the extra room so that the ball doesn't follow him and cramps him, and then that way he'll just hit it over the top of gully and not to gully.
This time he withdraws from the challenge. The smart operator Virender Sehwag, he'll pick up the deliveries that he wished to hit. There's a lot of method in his hitting. Ducks into that one. Sehwag 76. Sehwag's ended the over 76 without a wicket. So they had two men close on the onside for him and challenged him to alter his natural game, because that is his strong area, Rahul Dravid. Slow one, well picked up. So Inzamam really will have to come up with these strategies to unsettle the maestro.
These conditions test bowlers and the captains. Trying to be innovative, trying to do something out of the ordinary.
That is another good weapon, but it should be kept as a surprise weapon. India, I thought, overdid it. They see very strong through the onside. Plenty of runs have come square. A couple of good shots have earned him boundaries. One through square leg, the other through mid-wicket, and one a lovely covered drive. That's played fine. Sehwag was very square for reasons only known to him and Inzamam.
You haven't got much chance of chasing and cutting anything off on this outfield, especially down at fine leg when the ball is getting there that quickly. Sehwag had perhaps 25 meters to travel. Absolutely no chance of cutting that off.
This is his area of strength, and he flows. 84 without a wicket. Some presence of Indian supporters. Just one slip and a gully in place now, so Pakistan not over-attacking, which is good thinking on part of Inzamam ul Haq. You've got to place the fielders where you think that the ball will travel. It's very unlikely that the ball will travel in the slip cordon on a flat pitch like this.
There's enough encouragement out there for the bowlers from the fielders. They'll be trying to lift the spirit of their fast bowlers in particular.
I always feel that you have a chance against Virender Sehwag if you can set up a one-day field for him in a test match innings, because he likes to play hard through the line of the ball at times uppishly. Down the leg side. You know that you can feel that he's not yet fully involved, Sehwag, in the show. It's been a slow start from him. Not very eager to come hard at the batsman. He's trying to size up his fitness. That front foot and the back leg does take a lot of pounding, Mikey.
Certainly does. And we saw earlier on, Rami, the fact that he was trapping his ankle yesterday. Ultra motion just showing you there exactly how much pressure your legs go through as a fast bowler. And if you're not absolutely sure about the strength of your ankle or the solidity of that foothold when you get there, you will hold a bit back. You will be pretty much in second gear instead of being in top gear. And there he is again, just fiddling around with the footholds. They look good to me. It looks smooth. Left foot landing quite steady. It's not shifting. No turning of the ankle. So there shouldn't be a problem.
Wants to adjust the fielder at short leg. Salman Butt under the helmet. It's a no ball. Some fast bowlers, Mikey, do have a lot of issue with where they land. I think bowlers that have a longer leap and jump do want to have that area absolutely settled. Whereas I remember someone like Wasim Akram never used to have a problem because he didn't have that leap. So it could be different for different bowlers. And he's way over this time, Shoaib Akhtar.
Yes, Wasim Akram was a bit lighter on his feet than most fast bowlers because he didn't really slam that front foot down. He used to just run through the crease. He was like Malcolm Marshall, running through the crease instead of actually slamming that front foot down and really powering over the front leg.
That was intentional. Another boundary, well struck. Very difficult to nominate the fielder in the right place when someone is playing an uppish cut shot. You've got to be lucky really to be underneath the ball.
You have to be very tall to get to that. I don't think even Joel Garner would have been able to take a catch off that shot in the gully region. They were hoping it would carry down to third man, but wide of third man and wouldn't have carried on the full anyway.
This partnership 89, he's on 49. Another cracking shot. What a way to get to your 50. Reaching it with a lot of style. It's been a blistering knock. 11th Test match 50. This has been a good positive response from Indian batting.
I don't think it's going to be very fruitful to bowl outside the off stump to Virendra Sehwag. Not that wide of off stump at any rate. I think you need to be a bit straighter. Bring that bat pad into play. Inside edge onto the pad or onto the thigh pad. Well, he's happy. He enjoys batting against Pakistan. 3 half centuries now. A double century as well as a couple of other centuries. So he has them all. Half century, century, double century, triple century against Pakistan. It's 9-3 without loss.
This must be good, Philip, for the rest of the Indian batting lineup. This brilliant opening start, courtesy Sehwag Dravid. Need to have another fielder somewhere there because he's been able to find the gaps through the onside, which is his favoured area. They've got 3 men there in that ring. There's a square leg as well. You can't call it fine leg. It's a square leg fielder there.
Well, that was a prime example of what you were referring to there, Ramiz. That ball certainly wasn't anywhere close to leg stump. It ended up on the onside. Even balls that are fractionally outside the line of off stump. Have a look at that. Just outside the line of off stump, it ends up on the onside because he closes the face of his bat so much. That's what Australia worked on. Restricting his scoring on the onside, forcing him to try and do something a bit differently.
Yes, they made him think about his onside play, the leg side play, and he forgot about his offside play also, because he was so much focused on making it absolutely right, working all the time in his mind the thought of how to escape those fielders on the onside, that he forgot to really pierce the ball through the offside in the meantime. Plenty of options for Inzamam ul Haq. Canaria, who's been so good this year. Hasn't bowled yet in this innings, which is strange. I think he needs to be brought on quickly. Then there's help for Inzamam ul Haq in shape of an off-spinner, Shoaib Malik. He can bowl now. His Dusra has been labelled as illegal, so he can't bowl his Dusra, but he can bowl his Tisra or the first one. That's a wide, a real wide. Afridi was preferred over Canaria and Shoaib Malik by Inzamam ul Haq. He's an impact player, impact cricketer, and a renowned partnership breaker. Slow one, picked up by Rahul Dravid, 94 without a wicket. Pakistan demoralized, dented Indian bowling. 400s in that knock. Ended up with 679 for 7. Went at a brilliant pace to get those runs. Catch it. Well, short leg was interested, but I think he was not in the right position, because in the end Virender Sehwag will be pretty happy to be at the non-striker's end.
Ended up being behind square, this catch. And of course, forward short leg is exactly as the position stated. He was forward of square. If you're going to be thinking about bowling these short balls to Virender Sehwag and attacking his body, you need two men there, the forward short leg and the leg gully. At the moment, Inzamam ul Haq is seemingly trying to use one man to cover two positions. He has brought him a lot squarer, just on square leg.
Once again working the ball away with his wrist towards the onside. Virender Sehwag once again a special innings. Such a good timer of the ball, and he needed this boost early on in this tour. India need to have him in good form to challenge Pakistani bowling attack. Some lovely shots, delicately play that cut shot, and then a blistering cut shot this morning to raise to 50 in no time.
Lots of boundaries. Hits the ball very hard, Virender Sehwag. Very good time of the ball.
Well, they had two fielders there now, but that ball still misses them. Nasty delivery, very good delivery from Shoaib Akhtar. Everything went according to the script, except that the ball did not lodge in the hands of one of those close-in fielders.
Yes, this is not a well-controlled stroke. This is just a matter of it going a lot finer than the fielder. Had absolutely no control over that. Virender Sehwag has never really been too comfortable with bouncers directed at his body.
That's another no ball. Rudy Kurtzen is marking the line. Just over.
Giving absolutely nothing away, Rudy Kurtzen.
Mohammad Sami is quick, but not quick enough to stop a run. They've had an incident-free test match so far. Rudy Kurtzen and Daryl Hare. I think it's got him thinking about that shot delivery. Wasn't in control on that occasion. Virender Sehwag. Nadeem Gauri is the third umpire. And Mr. Madugale from Sri Lanka. There's a hesitation, but it still make it. India now exactly 100 without a wicket. Good going by India. First 50 taking 64 balls. Second being more attractive than the first one. Slow one's been punched by Virender Sehwag. And even though Shoaib Malik is quick, will he have a chance? No chance in the end. Lightning quick outfield. Tell you more about it, we've got Arun Lal and Dean Jones.
Thank you, Ramiz. Thank you, Mikey. Oh, he had to reach for that, Arun, didn't he? He was didn't get the back foot right across, and he just had to get the long handle at it.
Oh, absolutely. He wasn't in the best of positions, but he generally is not known for his footwork. It's just the balance and the sense of timing. Just got his bat to it and good enough to get 4. Well, he's looking a lot more composed in this innings than I've seen him in a lot of innings before. One criticism of him recently has been that he's got starts, he's got to 30s and 40s and not really gone on after that. But here he's looking a lot more composed. His shot selection is a lot better. He's not going after the bowling. He's only waiting for the loose delivery. So it's a different, more focused Virender Sehwag.
Well, it's 1 test 100 per 4 tests, and then throw another 50 in there as well. That's a fantastic rate, isn't it? And it's got better and better, hasn't he? And at 300, of course, at Multan, he's a fantastic cricketer. And what he puts bums on seats. He likes. I just like the way he goes at it. And sure, he's going to muck up occasionally. I don't think he's got a fantastic technique here and there, but what he has got, he's got a fantastic guy. He's got great hands. Look at that. Now, that's not his back foot goes towards the leg stump a little bit, not back and across, but he's such a clean hitter of the ball.
Absolutely. You talk about putting bums on seats, he also lifts them a lot. Some really audacious stroke play that you see from Virender Sehwag. Now there it is, 30-49. He's gone 14 times. A lot of those pretty recent, there's 30-49. That's what he would be pretty peeved off about in those stats there, because that's when he's weathered the early storm, he's got settled and then thrown it away.
Yeah, the interesting as well thing for me is 5 ducks and 7 times he's got out between 1 and 9. It's only 12 times out of the 65 for an opening batsman to get out less than 10, say. So it's a fantastic effort. He likes to go after the ball. I've no doubt he hits the ball a lot in the air. He'll probably get it caught most of the times, as most players do. 26 times he's out caught. 12 and 10. So it's 22 from the times out of 62. So 1/3 of the times he misses the ball and gets LBW, but very good player he is. India 104 for no wicket. India flying along here at the moment. 5 runs and over. 104 for no loss. Let's just have a look at some of the ultra motion vision that we've got here, this new innovation that we've got in the television world here. Here it is, slow, the ball hitting. Oh, that's got to hurt, doesn't it? It's almost like Edward Scissorhands in that movie. But his figures went everywhere.
But the good thing about it is they didn't get jammed between ball and handle, so that's probably what saved him. It probably hit all 4 fingers on its way to the fine leg boundary.
We spoke to Sachin Tendulkar earlier today, and we were talking about the extra fiberglass he puts on the bottom hand on his gloves. And this is one of the reasons why. Where it hits, it's what we call getting jammed. It hits the index finger and the middle finger. Look at the power of that. And you could almost understand a player splitting his webbing there. Oh, that's unbelievable vision. And that, would that have been out if he was caught with his hand off the blade?
Yes, I think the glove was on the handle when it first on impact, and then it was sort of pushed away with the power of the delivery.
I'll tell you what, it is good vision for the cricket manufacturers to understand the impact of the ball. I never ever had this vision before.
Well, another thing that you could use this ultra motion vision for is, in case you're undecided whether that was out or not, the umpires could definitely take a closer look. That technology is pretty well developed for me.
Well, it's knocked his hand off the bat through the impact, so it would have been out if it was caught, of course. But that's amazing vision, and more importantly, it just goes to show those first 2 fingers on these bottom hand are very important to add more protective tape or cushioning in there. And that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get it up around his throat so he can hit those gloves and balloon to that leg gully position.
No, I think that's a great idea, especially with Virendra Sehwag, that he's got these two fielders, the two close-in fielders on the onside. There's a short leg and there's a backward short leg. But I'm getting the impression that he's getting a little carried away with the short stuff. He's getting a little predictable. Got to bowl a lot more up front and then, you know, just surprise them with one well-directed one.
Yeah, I think the Yorker, he's trying to get him on the back foot, get in between the ears of Rahul Dravid, Shoaib Akhtar. He'll bounce him, and maybe the sharp Yorker or even that fantastic slow ball that he bowls so well. He's trying to set him up here. Well, there you go.
Well, that was the slow one, and judging from the effort that he expended bowling that slow one, it requires a lot, because we heard that massive grunt before he let that slow one go.
Well, you think that's the little trigger to pick it up? I just think
Could very well be.
I think Rahul Dravid's been around a bit. He's faced a few fast bowlers in his time, and he knows exactly what he's trying to do to him. Mind you, I'm talking my own opinion. When I didn't like a leg gully around the corner. Once you do that, if he bowls it short, I'm going after it. I'm not going to play a defensive shot there. I'd rather go out in an attacking shot than going out of defending a ball away. End of another good over there. India 104 for no loss. India, even after a century opening partnership, still trailing by 575 runs here. In the air. Oh, one bounce wide. It's gone away for 4. Luck's of fortune.
A good hit. Now he's almost always waiting on the back foot, Virendra Sehwag. That's where he likes to be. In the air for a while though, he hit it pretty well. Got it in the air, but the good thing about it was that he was directing it into the gap, and Canaria couldn't quite make it.
Well, that's just gone past a partnership between Sunny Gavaskar and Arun Lal here back many years ago in 1982-83, where both you two greats had 105 run partnership there. You enjoy batting with Sunny?
I can't remember a thing. It was 2 10s. But that was the last time I was here in Pakistan, and it's great to be back after these 25 odd years, and loving it here.
You haven't changed a bit.
Absolutely.
Lost a little bit of hair on top, but apart from that, looking good.
That's all right. There's enough cover there.
Was Imran bowling to you back then?
And how? Oh God.
Well, he just thought about letting it go over the top of the slips, but it just come off so slowly. He thought, oh, I'll just ram it down to third man for 4. That's how good he is.
Really, the thing that stands out about that shot is that he wasn't committed even till the last instant. He thought about going over the slips. He thought it would bounce a lot more than it did. And when it didn't, he just directed it. So he's not totally committed. He can also abort at the last instant, I would imagine.
That's how good he is, isn't he? He just thought when he saw the length so quickly, I'll let it go, then it come off so... Oh, look, I've got enough time to play another shot. Oh, hello. The difference between him and some of the stroke play that we saw from Pakistan is the fact that he can hit the ball at 360 degrees. He's got all the time in the world, and he hits the ball down the ground.
And it's also, no, he's not bludgeoning his shots. There's a lot of grace in it, and he's straight batted it past extra cover. Now that's as good a shot as any that you'd see. That's really not the length to be bowling to Virendra Sehwag, because he's already on the back foot. That's where he loves it.
Well, he's got 72 and he's hit 15 boundaries, so he's not too keen on running. Look at that. Naveed bowling really. This guy's a class act too. He's testing him all the time. The shorter one. Bent his back there a little bit more. He has come along leaps and bounds since I've seen him last.
Now another thing worth watching is that he doesn't go after every shot delivery. Now he let this one go, He judged the length. He saw it early. He was wanting to duck under it, but then just moved away.
That's the over. 116 for no loss. Well, it's a bit chilly here. You don't often see that. Or when I come here to Pakistan, the jumpers and everyone's got the coats out. It's not that cold. I live in Melbourne. And now it can get cold. Danish Canary coming on from the college end there, age 25. Tall boy, about 6'1", 6'2". 143 wickets from 32 matches now. Windsy will need him to try to break this opening partnership, and they've played very, very well, haven't they? And Dravid doesn't mind Sehwag just going about his normal business, while Dravid just plays his shots. 34 from 70. Sehwag 72 from just 65 balls, and hasn't done anything wrong.
Absolutely, they haven't put a foot wrong, these two. And to me, this is the critical moment on how they manage to play Danish Canary, because the next 2 or 3 days, it's going to be how they handle him. He's in good form. He gets a lot of bounce. He whips. That arm action is so quick, and sometimes I've seen people misread Danish Canary. And for Indians to do that, he's got to be really, really very well disguised.
Well ball, Danish. Good start, Shabbat. Shabbat, Danish. Shabbat, Danish. Shabbat, Danish boy, Shabbat.
He's just a smidgen slower than Anil Kumble, but what he does do more than Anil Kumble does spin the ball away a lot more. Good shape there, and he has got a very good wrong, and he's got all the toys. As Shane Wong will call it, the Zura, the flipper, the mystery ball. These guys make up a different ball every year, but you can only do so much to the ball. The Brotherhood, as the spinners call themselves. Oh, good call by Sehwag. He wanted to get down there.
Now this is going to be interesting. Sehwag has been very composed, very selective in his shot play today. But something just takes over when he, is playing a leg spinner. It's the time that he gets in the air, and he's not scared to go against the break against a leg spinner. So this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, there's these beans that go off inside his head that he wants to smash them. That's what I think he just doesn't think that spinners can bowl. He has this attitude, cavalier attitude. No ball there, and I think he picked that up there. He was sort of looking to block it. A very quick call from Rudy Kurtzen.
Now, let's take a look at this. They've got a long on in position. They're willing to give him a single, although it's the first delivery that he's playing of Danish Canary. They know that he's going to go over the top. So that, in fact, is an attacking position for him at the moment.
Dangling the carrot there with that fielding position. Oh, you can see he wants to go. The big back lift, the flourish. Oh, it's good battle. That's what it's about. And Danish Canary won't mind that. Sure, you'll be hurt a couple of times from him, but he'll back himself to knock him over occasionally. Look how high that hands are on the bat is, the big flourish. Good running. Very, very good running. And it's responsive Sehwag, I think, really, because he wants to get down to face Canaria. And Rahul Dravid's quite happy to say, well, I'm going to bat here for 2.5 days.
This is actually good running. Now, Sehwag has got to go to the danger end, at least the nearer end. The throw generally, because of the angle, comes to the non-striker. Good running.
Another one there. It's the end of the over. 5 off it. 121 for no loss. Well, we saw a little bit earlier. This is Sehwag hitting the hands there of Sehwag. Here it is with the ultra motion, the impact there. Can't believe how hard that's hit those hands. Took the hand right off the bat. Now here's the release time, 93 miles per hour. And by the time it gets at the batsman's fingers, bang, 73. So that's how much it changes. And because of this flat batting pitch. Swing and a miss. Mohammad Sami. Now, I heard a lot of rumours about this boy over the last 4 or 5 weeks that he's really trained the house down. He's really been coming up very, very well.
Well, he almost did the trick for Pakistan. First delivery, Sehwag went after it real hard, but a bit too close to his body to really connect. Fortunate didn't get the edge. Just came too close to him.
What a shot. Oh, as if he thought, oh, I can hit it through extra cover, or maybe through cover point. Oh, damn it, I'll whack it through backward point. And that's what he did.
He's just so good at this shot. He's in position, almost in his stance, just waiting for this. Gets onto his toes, just trying to control it and keep it down. He's pretty aware of that gully and point fielder. Beautiful shot. Enough time. Really, he had loads of time on that one.
That's 16 boundaries too, Arun. Not too many singles. Oh, that one's hit right in the screws too. "11 singles, 16 fours."
Now take a look at this shot. He's so much on the back foot that he's even driving off the back foot. But he manages to play on the rise. He loves playing on the rise. So that's why you've got to pitch it up to him.
It didn't carry. It was just short of the slip. I think it hit right off the toe of the bat. The things are happening here. Enzi is coming a bit quick. Right off the toe.
This is his 10th four, I'm told, this morning, so he's only dealing in boundaries. And if you keep bowling short outside the off stump, he'll keep going at you all day.
82 runs from 72 balls. It's been unbelievable. The run rates of this match. 129 from 23 overs. Well, that's a poor shot. Well bowled from Mohammad Sami. Is it a white ball or a red ball they're using in this match? I'm confused. I know we've got some one-dayers coming up at the end of this series, but God, this pitch is just a bowler killer.
Well, this is again short outside the off stump. Not that short for him to really wind into the shot. Basically trying to late cut it. They're getting more protection on the offside now for Sami.
Here it is, how quickly he's bowling. Lets it go just over 88 and gets to him at 72, which is very similar to almost Sehwag. Quick single, well, that's rare. What's going on? He's had enough from batting, has he? It's the end of the over. 130 for no loss. Drinks have just been taken, and in the first hour here, 65 runs have been scored in just 11 overs. And for the bowling, the sad affair for Pakistan, they're all bowled reasonably okay here and there. Sehwag 9 overs, no wicket for 34. Run and Naveed. He's bowled better than that, those 9 overs, no wicket for 54. But here's the match summary there. The Centurions, Yunus, Yusuf and Afridi. And the Centurions for the bowlers as well. Magaka 2 wickets, Kumble 2 and Patan 1 respectively. Still trailing by 549. And just to let you know, the highest ever opening partnership here for an Indian pair is Gavaskar and Chauhan here back in 1978-79. They scored 192 on this ground. So they're a few runs away from that record. But the way these two guys will do it, they should do it in about 35 minutes. That's the way they've gone today.
Absolutely. They're making a mockery of these scoring rates. in this entire test match, especially when Afridi and Akmal were going at the Indians. But the Indians have started really well. 5.42 is the run rate at the moment. They haven't lost a wicket.
Beautifully bowled. It just seems to be a lot more revolutions on the ball going down when Danish Canary bowls compared to Kumble. Two different, entirely different bowlers. One a great, as in Kumble, one potentially can be a great, this fella here.
The thing about Danish is that he gets into line and length very quickly. He's not going to give you too many long hops or full tosses. Very much in control. He's got that quick arm action, and his googly is pretty well disguised. The Indians are pretty aware of his capabilities.
No run there. He's ever the professional Rahul Dravid, but I tell you what would annoy me is that strap habit hanging down all the time. You know that helmet strap. I know he likes to fiddle around with it. I never liked the chin guard there either, I must admit, but that would annoy me, that strap. Why he couldn't just get a little toggle in there to keep that up. Quick single. Very neat, compact player, isn't he? Stylish player, but that, to me,
just imagine that strap just hanging there. You can do
in a hook shot. Look the way he does his pads up. He looks immaculate.
But there are these idiosyncrasies in everybody. Did you have a few?
Yes, I did. I used to always like to wear something new. That's an end of another over. 132 for no loss. Well, after 25 overs, no wicket for 32, and unfortunately I think the umpires have had a little bit of a word there, and they've asked for light, which is given light to the batsman, which is quite funny in a way because they never looked like getting out, did they? 67 runs in just 12 overs, whereby these two, of course, are in a position they can't win the game. There's no way. So prevention's better than cure, and these two players have played beautifully. They really have. Sehwag on 84, 17 boundaries, fantastic boundaries, and Dravid 37 from just 78 balls. There's some of the planes that we've got around Pakistan Airways. And Sehwag are saying, well, how come he gave him the light? They smashed me. But it's been a very good performance here by the Indians. Ian Fraser there, and on this, one of the best batting pitches I've seen in a long, long time. Arun, it's just offering nothing at all for the bowlers on both teams.
Absolutely right, but the Indians have to be commended because they were really taken apart, and the morale must have taken a beating. Psychologically they were down, but they've come back very strongly with 132 without loss, and they've done it in quick time. So they've really come out positive, and so far so good for the Indians. There's a long way to go yet, still trailed by 547. So really they can't be looking at the scoring, the rates or the distance that they have to travel in this match. They've really got to keep their wickets intact. They've got to stay focused and play naturally.
Sehwag and Cameron Akmal just having a little word there. Sometimes keepers say something to the faster bowlers, saying, oh, I'm only standing 15 yards behind today. Why no pace today? How long since you've been bowling slow medium? Just to motivate them and inspire them to bowl a bit quicker.
Yeah, that could certainly fire up Sehwag there. Well, a lot of things could happen then.
We've got the light meters out here now. Now they're taking a reading, which is quite strange to me because they had to turn the lights off to get a proper reading of it. Now, when you got the lights on, it improves the light no end. So now Daryl Hare will take a reading, make a note of that, and therefore that's par for the day. And anything that drops below that, obviously they won't go out on the ground. But if it improves from there, well, therefore they'll bring the players out. But there it is, the light meter.
But isn't it odd? I mean, if you have the facility of the lights, why would you take a reading without the lights? You're not going to play without the lights. You're going to play with the lights.
Well, they know when it gets really dark is when the shadows start to appear on the players. But there it is there. India, who in their first innings, no wicket for 132, 84 from 76 balls. He's played beautifully, Sehwag, and Dravid is just having a net. 37 from 78. Just 11 extras there. Just in 25 overs, folks. Just over 5 runs an over. It's amazing run rates here at the moment on this ground, on this beautiful batting pitch. The bowling card.
Well, they've taken a beating as well. Just take a look at 9 overs for 54 for Rana Nawed. Shoaib Akhtar bowled 3 maidens. In his 9 overs went for 34. 2 overs 12 for Afridi, that was yesterday. Mohammad Sami 3 overs for 20, and Danish Kanaria, to me, the man to watch in the proceedings once they begin again would be Danish Kanaria, 2 for 7. So no joy for them as yet, but they've got a lot of runs to play with and almost 3 days to bowl. So a lot could change on that card, and very quickly. A couple of wickets quick can really change the scenario in this game.
Time to say good afternoon to Waqar Younis.
Good afternoon once again, Shiva. Have a look at this. Only 25 overs been bowled and 132. Even the light is being bad, but the runs are just flowing. That clearly shows that how good this wicket is. Sehwag on 84, just faced 76 deliveries, 17 fours, and here to start, Mohammad Sami, and we've got some Indian supporters there, which is good to see.
You need to stick to that line. It provided Virendra Sehwag with a lot of width outside the off stump, and he made it count. Lots and lots of boundaries coming in that area. Mohammad Sami is bowling with 1 slip and 2 gullies. Plenty of support for India. It's been a friendship series, India-Pakistan. Supporters from both countries enjoying the cricket.
Well, I like the friendship off the field and not on the field. I don't want to see a friendship on the field, but this wicket is very friendly for both the teams. We have seen Pakistan batting earlier 4 centuries, and 2 of them was big. 199 by Yunus Khan and 173 by Muhammad Yusuf. So this wicket has been very friendly to the batsmen.
Nicely stroked. Gentle push, but that's enough to reach the fence. He is in ominous touch. Virendra Sehwag.
I don't think there was anything wrong with that delivery. It was pitched in nicely, but such a good wicket. All he did is just throw his bat on ball, and once it beats the fielder, you don't really have to run after that, because this field is quick.
He gets into very good position. Danish Kanaria had a lot of running to do.
That's where Sehwag struggled a little bit. Just a shortish delivery following him. He doesn't like it there. He's a kind of a cricketer. He loves to have a bit of a room outside the off stump. He's literally a butcher when you bowl him outside the off stump. Give him a little bit of room and he'll throw his bat to anything outside the off stump. He's on 88.
Needs to stay a lot straighter. Well, we've just got some information for you. It was Virendra Sehwag who took strike after lunch, the first delivery. Apparently, the last ball before lunch, it was him who took strike as well. And I don't think they picked up a single. Again on the offside, doesn't get the placement. End of the over. It's 136 for no loss. "18 boundaries in that 88 for Virendra Sehwag. Rahul Dravid, his best score as an opening batsman. 37 not out. His looks solid. Quite a bit of batting left. Vivius, Lakshman, Tendulkar, Ganguly, Yuvraj Singh. Ideal start for India.
Shoaib Akhtar to start from the FC College end. He's bowled 9 overs, 3 maidens. He's been good since morning. Hasn't really picked up the wicket, but he's trying his level best to give a breakthrough here to Pakistan. There we go.
That was quick. He's going to be used in short spells, and he needs to bowl quick.
That one took off. Wasn't really short, but got a little bit of a help from the wicket, and really surprised Kamran Akmal there behind the wicket. I'm not really sure if it's got to do with the weather, that the wicket might have just gone a little bit quicker. It's overcast. You might have a little bit of a swing there for Shoaib Akhtar.
Lots of protection on the leg side. There's a leg gully, square leg and a mid-on. He's tried to bowl into Rahul Dravid's ribcage. Shoaib Akhtar.
Well, when you have almost 700 runs on the board, you don't expect only one slip, but then Zamam ul Haq decided to just keep one slip and spread his fielders around. He knows the goodness of the pitch, so anything goes in the air, he wants to make sure that it's taken. So I don't think it's going to go into the slips, or it's going to carry to the slips. So it's a good decision by him, that putting one slip and spreading his fielders around. He's got a sort of fourth, or you can call it a gully there. .145, 90 miles an hour. That's pretty quick.
Just having a word, Rudy Kurtzen, with Virendra Sehwag, and I guess it's about the last ball before lunch. Danish Canaria, that's on the left of your screen. Virendra Sehwag was the man on strike. And to your right, it's Mohammad Sami, and Virendra Sehwag again was on strike. Sehwag did not pick up a single before lunch, but he retained strike. That's a mystery. Wants one, Dravid.
I think the umpires were too worried about the light. That's why they didn't really note who's facing just before lunch. And Sehwag took the initiative to just go and bat again. I'm not really sure what both the umpires were thinking. They've been just too worried about the lights.
Didn't recognize the batsman, poor light.
They shouldn't be there in the middle then. That means Rahul Dravid shouldn't be still facing. It should be Sehwag facing this over, because the only run came in the last over was a boundary from Sehwag. But never mind, it's all gone.
He's been having a long chat, Greg Chappell, with Gautam Gambhir, now with the other opener, Wasim Jaffer.
Well, I'm not really too sure that talking to a youngster for that long. We saw him talking for a good half an hour, 40 minutes. That's nicely bowled there by Sehwag. 27 overs gone, 136 for no wicket.
Good strong reply by India. 136 for no loss. He's batting on 88, Virendra Sehwag. A lot of people did not like the fact that he was getting into 30s and 40s and getting himself out. And he had the point to prove. And he's proving it here. On 88, he needs to get a big one. That's a good record against the Pakistanis, Virendra Sehwag.
Have a look at the average here. 107 against Pakistan. 1,000 run, over 1,000 runs in just 7 games.
Played very fine. The man at square leg was far too square, and Virendra Sehwag playing it late and playing it well. 19th boundary.
It's not a bad idea to bowl there, but you need to have a protection. There's no short leg, there's no leg gully. I know he did struggle there in that part of his body. He doesn't like it around his thigh or maybe touch higher, but there's no protection. There's only fine leg, which is very wide, and it's got a square leg. He's got 2 gullies. That's his strength where you're looking at.
Into the 90s. 92. Mohammad Sami overstepping.
We'll have a look at here on the onside of Sehwag. He's got only one fielder, which is here, and then there's got one fielder just there in fine leg, and he hasn't got anybody down at short leg, which I thought was very important, where he really struggled early on, especially against Shoaib Akhtar. Hands were coming off the bat when he was playing that delivery onto his body. It'd be a good idea. He doesn't really like it there. He's got 2 gullies there, and they're looking to give a width outside the off stump. That's his strong point. Sehwag's, you cannot afford to bowl there. He's going to keep you hitting you for 4th through there.
He's picked up a lot of boundaries through that area you were mentioning, Waqar. There's been lots and lots of width provided for Sehwag. And the offside, he's just marvellous. When they bowled straight, he used his bottom hand to good effect, good use of the wrist, worked it down to the onside. High percentage of runs and boundaries. Again, overpitched, opening the face of the bat at the last moment. He's racing close to his 100. He's on 96.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Anything outside the off stump, he's going to murder it. And that's exactly what he did. Pissed up. Although he's on his back foot, all he needs to do is just shift his weight onto the front foot. And that's exactly what he did. Although he played away from his body, angled the bat a little bit. And that one once again raced to the boundary.
Dot ball to win the over. 28 overs gone. It's 145 for no loss. Not very good news if you're an Indian fan, or for that matter, a fan who loves watching batting. We're in the Sehwag going strong on 96, Dravid on 37, and it's been, the light has been offered to the batsmen and they've taken it.
Well, Siva, I don't really understand what's this all about. I mean, you don't really have to go in if the light's bad. I mean, I don't see any difference what it was about 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago. And umpires decided to go in. When the lights are on, you don't really, you know, they're hitting boundaries. I don't see having Sehwag having any problem against both these bowlers. But I know they're going to take the light because they don't want to play for too long. They don't want to give Pakistan any chance. But I don't really understand this theory of lights on and playing and then coming off. ICC got to do something about it.
145 for no wicket. Sehwag on 96 of just 89 balls, which included 20 boundaries. And Rahul Dravid is with him on 37, an admiring spectator in today's innings of Sehwag. Let's have a look at the bowling figures. Shoaib Akhtar, well, he tried hard, but he also found the same problems that the Indian bowlers found. There's no pace in that pitch and not too much bounce as well. Mostly, I think they were looking for lateral movement, which wasn't there. Sami, a little expensive in bowling. And Danish Kaneria was, I thought, under-bowled. We thought we might get some more of Danish Kaneria in the day, but then bad light really stole a lot of time from day two. Unfortunately, it was a day where the weather hogged the limelight. Let's hope there's some more play on day 4.
Still striving for some pace here, Shoaib Akhtar. He has been bothering Rahul Dravid a bit with a few short balls. Saw a good short ball yesterday that Rahul Dravid managed to keep down, falling well short of the man at gully.
Shoaib Akhtar bowled 10 overs yesterday, bowled well. Bowled 4 maidens, 34 for no wicket. Pakistan still waiting for their first breakthrough.
First run this morning.
Both these batsmen are playing their natural game. Rahul Dravid, as always, being a wall. It's been very, very straight. It hasn't really tried anything silly. He's just being very focused, very compact. On the other hand, Sehwag is very aggressive, as always. Loves to play stroke. That's his strength. He says, if I can play stroke, if I can hit the ball, I don't really have to block it. There you go, 96. Just faced 89 deliveries. Amazing thing is that he hit 20 boundaries. That's amazing.
It's a fast outfield, and he said that they have been preventing his singles, so he's hitting 4s. What perhaps Pakistan need to start thinking about is preventing those 4s. We saw yesterday at times Shoaib Akhtar banging the ball in short, looking to get into the rib cage of Sehwag. He had a forward short leg. He had a man at leg gully as well. He is bringing that forward short leg in now. Wasn't there for the first delivery. In comes a short leg. No leg gully in place yet though. Almost right back.
Virendra Sehwag has struggled early on, especially against the new ball, with that short delivery coming into him. He was, I think, expecting a short delivery on his back foot. Almost carried to Shoaib Akhtar. It's a little bit of reverse swing, as you can see the shine toward the right hand side of the bowler's hand. Not very far from Shoaib Akhtar.
Great umpire Rudy Kurtz in here. Leg by as it is.
As we've been talking about this pitch, no pace at all. Sehwag banging that one and looking for that ball to rise a bit more, but so easy for the batsman to just play down. Have a look at the pitch this morning. Nothing has really changed. A bit of foot marks with the bowler's spikes, but this pitch, if you go back and see in the first morning, is exactly the same. Nothing has changed. Maybe a touch wider these cracks, but hasn't really made any difference, especially when the cloud covers are on. I don't think it's gonna do anything, not even turn. No pace, nothing.
I suppose the only thing that someone like Sehwag at his pace can hope for is a few balls keeping low. If he bowls straight enough and a few balls keep low, that could create a problem or two. Apart from that, not much help, not much encouragement there.
Well, normally, because Qazafi Stadium pitch, if you go back in 90s and 80s, normally pitches are pretty good. I haven't seen anything like this in my 20 years being around this stadium. This has been the flattest I've seen.
Overbowled, 148 without loss. Sehwag on 96. He likes spinners. And there we go. That brings up the century.
Well, I haven't seen Sehwag blocking anything coming from Danish Kaneria. That one turned a little bit, but beautifully on top of it. Well-deserved 100, beautifully played. Only faced 93 deliveries. This is 11th Test 100. So the man is in great nick.
The first ball faced. As he said, if it's there to be hit, I'll hit it. His 4th century against Pakistan.
Well, Mikey, I don't think it was there to be hit, but he made it.
Yes, you wouldn't really say it was a bad delivery from Danish Kaneria. But he made sure it went for 4. No ball, and there he goes again. Don't think it would have mattered if it was a no ball. It was that full.
Well, he's so good on the offside as well as on the onside, especially against the spinner. He does play that open blade shot over the extra cover, and that, have a look at this. It wasn't really pitched outside the off stump. It was pitched maybe middle stump, and he made himself a bit of a room. Leg goes out of the line of the stump of the ball and then hit it over the cover. Beautiful shot.
I wouldn't like to be at silly point. As I said, that would have hurt. Well, there's an appeal. I think it perhaps hit into the ground though, and then the leg. The umpires will confer, and more than likely they will refer this to the television replay umpire. But that would have hurt.
Nobody's got any sympathies for the man on the floor. All worried about the catch. Now they're all gathering up. There you go, have a look.
He hit that into the ground, just as I thought. Then it hit the boot.
Well, that one definitely hit onto the ground. This probably angle will tell us the story. There you go, hit onto the pitch, onto Butt's ankle, and Kamran Akmal catch that one. Yes, green light. Good decision.
Well bowled, Danish.
Oh, what happened there? Let's see what the umpire says about this. Well, he gave 4 runs. Cameron Akmal didn't seem to pick up that ball when it was thrown back at him. It went past him. It's 4.
Well, we saw in the last over Rahul Dravid looking up in the air, looking at the sky, that the lights is not very good, and that brought two the umpires together, and they decided we off. The light is not good enough to play cricket, although the spinners are on, and both these Indian batsmen decided, okay, we had enough, we're going off.
It's a no ball. He was looking for a run. It was never there.
Well, he's looking to occupy the crease as long as possible. Rahul Dravid will pick up the singles and give the strike to Virendra Sehwag. And it's important for him to get runs if he's going to bat in this order right through this Test series. Two slips in a gully now for Shoaib Akhtar.
Making him hop, but he gets to the other end. Saw a glimpse of Imran Farad, the 12th man, who's on for Salman Butt. Defensive field against Sehwag, and it makes sense. Just one man close on the onside. That is a short leg, which is not very close to him. He's there to stop his pushes. Good running. Pinch another run. It's 165 without a wicket. Break. No break on this pitch. Almost bowled him. Well, that was really ambitious from Virendra Sehwag. He's got so much of self-belief that he knows and he feels that he can hit anything. Now that was close. Made some room and trying to swing the bat through the line. Very close to that off-stump wicket.
And again, just get the feeling he's not watching the ball onto his bat, Virendra Sehwag. Much fuller this time. Again, the silly point. He's not interested. But understandable, taking evasive action, and Sehwag is on strike.
Well, Shiva, one thing is for certain. Rahul Dravid is not going to go up to him and suggest him things, because he knows that he can't stop Sehwag. Almost impossible to make him change his game plan. That'd be sensible from Rahul Dravid, because he gives him runs, and runs are important. That's a boundary, lovely shot. Excellent drive from him.
Perfect example of the way he bats. Virendra Sehwag missed 2. It didn't stop him from playing that shot again. And when it hits the bat, it rockets to the fence. 24 boundaries for him so far.
Very good balance, clean strike. This is where he's so good. Misfielded by Shoaib Akhtar, allows him a run.
Not certainly very sure about Shoaib Akhtar fielding at point. He's bowling from this end. It's a very critical position, the point area.
Bowling Malik.
Rahul Dravid will keep the strike. India 171 without a wicket. Pakistan not yet off the mark. India 171 without a wicket. He's bowling at a good pace today, Sehwag. Very fresh, and he wants to prove a point. He had great series against England. So much depends on his health if Pakistan are to trouble India in this series. It's good that he's enjoying himself. There's a big smile on his face. This is a revamped Sehwag. Great attitude. He's shown good fitness, and he's been a team player, which augurs well for Pakistan's future.
Again on the shorter side. Take a look at the pitch map through the Hawkeye. You find a lot of deliveries. Short of a length. He's very tricky when he bowls up, and the slower deliveries when he mixes it up. See, most of it is short of a length, and not too many. Just 3 in the block hole. You need to bowl a fuller length and mix the slower deliveries. That's when the batsman gets into two minds.
He's an intelligent operator, Sehwag. He would straight away know which length to bowl at on a pitch like this. He hasn't overdone the slow delivery, neither the bounces. He's been very much reserved in his line of attack. But we know that when he'll see the opportunity, he will experiment his total craft. A very smart operator. Not only the pace that he has, but also he's shown a lot of brains in how he operates. There's that slow delivery we're talking about. Misfired by him.
Trying to mislead the batsman, was he? Huge grunt and a slower delivery.
It's an excellent option that he has got. Rahul Dravid watching it carefully, intently, and there you see the eye line changed because it came at a higher pitch and then it dipped. But because it was a full toss delivery, he managed it well in the end, Rahul Dravid. Waited, played it safely. This time follows it up with a bouncer. Now this is good bowling. When I say that he's a smart operator, there was this one example of how smart he has been. Slow one followed by a bouncer.
That's what he did against England. Mixed it up quite nicely, had the batsman in two minds. And picked up 3 wickets in one spell that changed the match for Pakistan.
He always has a word or two to say to the best batsman in the camp. Rahul Dravid completely ignored him. Nice channel this time. The length was a little up to the batsman. 171 without a wicket. Well, she saw herself on the big screen and enjoyed it. Down the track, that's gone over the top of the fielder. He's unstoppable, Virender Sehwag.
There was a man in the deep, just 10 yards inside the boundary line, but Sehwag will take him on. 25th boundary. A little bit of risk involved.
That's a beautiful shot, excellent shot. He delayed his drive. He was looking for an onside push, and then he slotted it straight over mid-off's head. Not a lot of spin on that delivery from Shoaib Malik. He read it extremely well. Inside out straight drive now. How can you play that shot? Only Sehwag can.
High percentage of runs coming in boundaries.
Look at his range. He started off by belting the ball over mid-wicket and mid-on area. Then he straight drove the off-spinner for a lovely four. And then he has driven him against the spin, trying to find the gap through the covers area.
The last over, the Darkfish coming up. Played and missed a couple of times, but he doesn't let those things bother him mentally.
It's 179 without a wicket. Bit of reverse swing, but he had to put in a lot of effort. Look at that bowling speed, 94.5 miles per hour. And Rahul Dravid, as cool as ever, played it with a straight bat, defended solidly.
Bit of change in action as well, bit more slingier. Probably getting a little more round arm to get the reverse swing going for him.
Shoaib Akhtar has varied his pace quite intelligently in this innings. Balls coming at you with at a different pace can obviously unsettle you. Expect the ball to travel hard at you, and then suddenly there's a slow one. That last ball, the edge of the screen, was probably the slow one. Rahul Dravid wanted a run. He wants Sehwag to take it up. Talking about variation in pace and speed from Shoaib Akhtar. Top of the screen, at the edge of the screen, on top there. This ball was a slow one that was bowled really well by him. Turned out to be a full toss, but Rahul Dravid really had to keep it away. It's the high full toss, that slow one. Nothing happening off the pitch. Rahul Dravid has been very solidly placed on 40. Allowing the ball to come and hit his bat. Perfect way to play a defensive shot. That bat not pushed away from the body, waiting for the ball to come and hit the bat. Good pace from Shoaib. He's bowled with a big heart, Shoaib Akhtar, right throughout the season. And he's not going to go down in this innings as well. On a slow pitch, he's made the batsman think. That bat, feeling the impact of that ball from Shoaib. Nice soft hands from Rahul Dravid. .179 without a wicket. It's that time of the year that you need to be in Lahore. Flowers are blossoming, weather is perfect. That was smashed now. An inch here or there would have fetched him a 4.
Well ball, Malik.
It's been a terrific outing for all the batsmen. 4 centuries from the Pakistan batsmen, 2 of them coming in 80 balls. 1 centurion for India. They're coming in 89 balls. Virendra Sehwag.
He's making it look extremely easy. He's waiting for the right range, the right spot where he can hit the ball. Can feel it.
And also the silly point is now gone to short extra cover. So there is a little more protection on the offside. Also will play on the mind of the batsman.
And little more protection for that fielder also. Now been pushed back to short covers. Make a lot of sense. He's not even going to run for that single. Just easily across for 1. A la Inzi style.
Well ball, Malik.
180 without a wicket.
Dravid on 48. But before we do that, we'll just have a bit of that. By gee, he's a great player, isn't he? He really is. It's his 27th boundary.
But listen, he's always making space for himself. He doesn't take his foot to the line of the ball. He takes it about a foot away to find the gap on the offside. Amazing. The follow through of the blade, the high back lift. Perfect. Now he's made place for himself, and he's constantly doing that, even to incoming deliveries.
Might be a leg by. Just waiting for the technique of Rudy Kurtzen. And there's the 200 up here for India. Well, and there's going to be some sort of celebrations there. Well done. And so they should.
It also equals the best partnership ever for India versus Pakistan. So it's 200. The previous best was Gavaskar and Srikanth at Chennai, 1986. So they're up with the best.
Well, they need one more to pass that, but at least equaled it. That's a fantastic effort on any pitch. Dravid on 48. He's called for 2. Now, they might be off the pad. I doubt it the way he ran that first one hard. And that might be his 50. Well played, skipper. You put yourself up into the heat, into the cauldron. You wanted to do it. And it's his 40th Test 50, third against Pakistan, and only his second 50 as captain. Well played. Very, very good knock.
Well ball, Malik.
He can really be proud of that effort, Rahul Dravid. It was important when he made this statement of opening that he come out and occupy the crease and play a big one for India. Staring at 679, this is a tremendous effort.
And they now have the record against Pakistan. End of the over, 202 for no loss.
Quite unbelievable, isn't it? There's so many masters there, according to that definition that you just told us about. 55.85 Sehwag, then Dravid 57, and 43 Lakshman, then the master himself 56. Ganguly at 41 almost. And even down the order now, you see some spectacular averages.
Beautiful shot. He is so good off his legs. He really is.
Well, a lot of people say that Rahul Dravid's got the best cover drive, but really he's a natural on the onside. He's always been from his younger days. It's just effortless. Anytime he gets a delivery around his pads, he can just put it away with ease.
Doesn't try to hit it too hard. Lets the ball almost absorb into his pads and work the ball and use the bowler's pace. He's gone to 56. It's his highest score ever as a skipper. There you go. Oh, that nip back nearly got him in trouble. And it's his 8th Test match as captain. He's taken a huge inside edge there. And it took a while for Ricky Ponting to get 100 too as a Test captain. Well, even if it hit him on the pads, you still think it would have hit him outside the line. One feels, yeah. But it was a good ball. One of the rare ones. Must have hit a bottle top.
Well, that's one of the masters. He's the top of the heap. That's Sachin Tendulkar. He's had to wait a long time.
And he won't mind waiting either, if we know Sachin. The timing.
Mohammad Sami. Let's take a look at his pitch map. Well, it's pretty distributed, but generally he's been on the shorter side and outside the off stump. Taken a bit of a beating when he came in to bowl. Sehwag loves it short outside the off stump. So 44 gone, 219 without loss.
Danish Canary up. The wrong one. Did he pick it? I think he did.
But he's really struggling with his foot now, Virendra Sehwag. Don't think he can put too much weight on it, but he's doing all right.
I just want to tell you now, this opening partnership at 219 is India's second highest ever opening partnership ever. And that, of course, is behind the 413 opening run partnership between Mankat and Roy, where India played New Zealand back in 55-56 when you played, Arun. Pankaj Roy. That's a fair opening partnership, 413. India versus New Zealand and Madras, 55-56.
You were about 14 then, weren't you?
Not even thought of, thank you very much. Little sweep around the corner. We'll get at least 1, 2, 3, and 1 off 4. Lovely shot, really was from Dravid. And he goes, it's his 9th boundary, goes to 61.
Beautifully done. He's got this ability to sweep fine. Just keeps his eyes riveted on the ball, and they're just using the pace of the delivery.
Vinu Mankat and Pankaj Roy. 413 is an opening partnership. God, if you're batting 5, you mightn't get hit. Oh, how's that got through? That's a bit naughty, Pakistan. It should be a little bit better than that.
Well, that certainly shouldn't have been runs. It was a good shot, but he was in a position to cut it off. Beautifully played. He was looking for the gap. He had played it there. But then Mohammad Sami, just a bit casual, just a little complacent.
No ball, one more for it. Have you ever seen 230 runs made so easy in just 44 overs in the test match? Rarely has the ball ever beaten the bat. I can't even remember the ball beating the bat. Well, a little inside edge once before a while back. But amazing. 11 runs off this over. What about a few more? Add 4 more to that. Make it 15. Wow. I'd better take a break. 234 for no loss. Well, that just tells you how strong he's been over the last couple of years. He's been strong already this year, hasn't he? He's got 149 and still going. Last year, 785 runs on average, tick over 60. And then 1,141 runs in 2004, a bit over 63. Averaged 52 the year before that. Cricket's been great to him, as it has been to all the fans. When he plays like this, he's good fun watching. Well, to take you through the next interesting half hour, you get 2 of the greatest quicks that's ever been going around. Michael Holding and Waqar Younis.
Thank you, Dino. And we saw how Sehwag was attempting to hit Canary through the offside most of the times. Well, Canary has decided that he wants to combat that. He's now coming round the wicket. Well, he's making this look so easy. That brings up his 150 for Virendra Sehwag, the 7th occasion on which he has gotten to 150 runs.
Not only hitting, but even blocking. He's making things very easy. He's looking like that he's in a top form. I mean, you cannot ask for a better form than this. 150 of just 144 deliveries, 29 boundaries. You can't ask for a better one. Pushing into the batsman. There's nothing in the air. All Mohammad Sami is trying to do is trying to bowl with the angle, just pushing the ball in toward the batsman's pad. Haven't seen anything in the air or off the pitch.
And no third man. So that brings up the 250 for India.
No fear at all in Sehwag's mind. Played that very late. That was just touch outside the off stump coming in. And he knew that there's no third man. Just a very, very late cut. 4.
Gone a bit squarer this time. And Abid having a chance of cutting it off.
Well, a touch slower on that occasion from Mohammad Sami. And Sehwag was a little early on the shot. In the air a little bit. No fear. Have a look at this, Mikey, for here.
I was thinking about that colour myself yesterday. I haven't got enough hair on my head to be thinking about colours. It's 252 without loss. That's up in the light toes. Doing a bit of work on the infrastructure up there. That's gone very fine. I've seen that man at fine leg being very square most of the occasions.
Not only wide, but very lazy effort there by Danish Canaria. That one nipped back a little bit. It's definitely reversing. Got it shine inside the right hand side of the bowlers. But a very lazy effort there by Danish Canaria on the fine leg.
Oh, that's a good shot. So strong through that era, Rahul Dravid.
Pakistan doesn't look like getting wicket at all. And this man, Rahul Dravid, is looking very dangerous now. He's approaching his 100 slowly. That one picked the gap very nicely. Beautiful timing.
Inzaman is trying everything. Shoaib Akhtar had a short spell. Mohammad Sami, now it's Rana Naved's time.
Rana Naveed operating from the pavilion end, and have a look at this. He's hiding the ball. He's hiding the shine. He doesn't want the batsman to look at the shine, because sometimes it gets very easier for a batsman to bat against if you can see the shine when it's reversing. So he's trying to hide the shine till the maximum time he can. There you go. When he gets into action, he can't really hold it for too long, and that's when he let the left hand off the ball.
I have a suggestion for Rana Navid here, Wakar. I think you should try hiding the ball even after he has released it. That's the only way I think you can get anyone out on this pitch.
Well, he's trying his best. He's putting every effort he's got. He's just shining the ball. That's definitely gonna nip back a little bit. Not really.
Not a lot happening. 266 without loss.
Again a bit of turn for Danish Canaria. Again, what he needs to do now is stay consistent. That would test the batsman.
Well, this is a bit of a battle within a battle now. Danish Canaria has got it right. He's coming round the wicket. He's blocked Sehwag for a while, although he got a boundary in the previous over, but he also did manage to beat him. Get the impression that something's got to give now. How does Sehwag react?
Is in the air, but also in the gap. Catch was the call from the bowler, but it's disappeared to the boundary.
This is very smart cricket indeed. Just waited for him to come a little closer towards that off stump and played inside out, finding that gap. Didn't bother to try and keep it all along the ground. He was in the air for a while. He forced the issue somewhat, but the important thing was that he had to get that gap, and he got it. got his left foot out of the way, played it beautifully through the covers.
This time, taking the man on in the deep is gone, over long on. It's a no ball as well, and the first 6 of the Indian innings.
Yes, indeed, this is probably the first 7 of the Indian innings. But I got the impression that he did hear the call and go for it. Got the no ball call and went over. Now, mind you, there is that fielder at long on, about 15 yards in. But what a hit this was. Clean. So the first 6 for Sehwag, and against the turn. Now, he read it correctly. I don't think there was turn in it. It was the wrong one.
It was the wrong one. Good pick. Michael Holding was saying yesterday, as a bowler, you don't want to look at those. Sail a long way over. Good pick. It was the googly.
He's certainly denting Canaria's confidence. That must be one of the objectives. Long series to go.
All 3 men in the deep, so the single was certainly on.
He's playing very smart cricket, Virendra Sehwag. He's judging Canaria well. Terrific innings.
Again, beaten in the air, Dravid in 2 minds, whether to go forward or back. Getting the outside edge, 2 more to the Indian captain.
Good thing about that was he read it off the wicket. Soft, gentle hands, didn't commit, didn't poke at it, let the ball come to him. Went forward, back, and then gentle hands, playing it as late as possible, letting the ball actually trickle off the face of the bat.
.286 for no loss. Oh, that's magical. Effortless from Virendra Sehwag.
Beautifully done once again. He's really played fabulously well in this innings of his. Again, the effort was not there to try and hit it too hard. It's just timing, pure timing, on the rise, slightly in his quarter, bowled up to him. Full face of the bat, minimal footwork, but the toe pointing in the direction where he wanted to hit the ball. Great balance. Quickly on to 177.
What would you do as a bowler when somebody's going so strong? Nothing has worked for the bowlers from both sides. Indian bowlers struggled as well. A rare play and a miss.
That was in the slot for him, but a bit lazy. Just too far away from him. I think he was undecided whether to play a late cut or go for it whole hog. Fortunately, he didn't get an edge.
And he's quite content to pick up singles, Virendra Sehwag.
As far as I'm concerned, Shiva, he's really played this innings to perfection. His shot selection has been immaculate. His concentration has been perfect. And the number of times that he's come out while, going in and batting for just a couple of overs, coming back and then having to go back in again, it hasn't really changed his style at all. He hasn't been fazed by it. He hasn't been affected by it. So really, very impressive indeed.
It's a bit of concern in India about Virendra Sehwag not getting big runs, that he always maintained one thing. All I need is one big knock and things will change around. He got off to a start here. He's on 178.
Yes, even in the one-dayers where people felt that he wasn't really reaching true potential, he was getting those 20s and 30s, giving starts. And the Indian team capitalized on those starts, but he himself didn't get real big innings in the one-dayers against Sri Lanka. But he always maintained that he was batting well, and he's proved it. 291 without loss.
Gives himself a little bit of room. Virendra Sehwag just ambling across. He knew he had made good contact. It's always a good ploy to attack the new bowler.
Well, nothing's going to stop Virendra Sehwag. He's not scared to hit it in the air. Beautifully done, straight over the bowler's head. There was a long on, and there was a mid-off, so there was a bit of a gap if he just passed the infield. Now that mid-off fielder has dropped back.
And good, sensible cricket now. He's pushed the field back. Easy pickings, ones and twos for Sehwag. And he'll realize with 1 day remaining, he's got yet another chance for a double hundred, if not triple. Slip and a short leg now for Dravid.
When you have a leg spinner coming into bowl a fresh spell and he comes round the wickets, and you know their mental condition, they're already on the back foot. He's definitely not enjoying it. Where's he going, man? No, says umpire. Rudy Cudzon not interested. Out of the rough, bounced, but Dravid himself also not at all impressed by the appeal.
No contact with the bat. Has this tendency to play bat in front of pad, Rahul Dravid, most times. Just missing the edge, just clipping the pads. 296 for no loss. You know who he's supporting? 10 Sports, joint production with ARY. He's toying with the bowlers. Virendra Sehwag having a lot of fun. Also brings out the 300 for India.
Well, that is a terrific shot, but let's take a look at Rahul Dravid. Last ball, last over, that vociferous appeal. Nowhere near it. Didn't play it, didn't get any edge. But the point is, why was he trying to play a defensive shot to a ball coming in from outside the leg stump? Well, the third 100 has come in 105 balls. It's almost a runner ball. You can imagine the domination at the moment.
It's only the 11th occasion in the history of Test cricket that the opening partnership has gone past 300. Sehwag, the dominant partner, 187. 35 fours and a 6 for him. Strike rate still over 100 for Virendra Sehwag, 105.1. Change of angle for Rana Navid. Does make a difference to Sehwag. He's still timing the ball extremely well.
Even a better shot. Off the front foot. The idea is not just to time it, that the idea is also to hit it into the gaps, and he finds them magically. So it's almost as though the ball goes into gaps automatically, but that's not the case. He's making those gaps. He's always trying to play it squarer than the line of the delivery. Made room for himself once again and played it into that gap. That was a cracker.
And again, same result. He's racing away. He's on 195. Would you believe it? 3 fours in a row.
Catch was the call, but he very deliberately played it over that deep gully fielder or short point, whatever you want to call him. Correction, not over, but past him. He's just equaled his score at Melbourne, 195, not out. He holed out at long on that occasion to a full toss at 195.
Oh, this is an absolute gem. Magnificent.
It keeps getting better. 199 to Virender Sehwag. 4 boundaries in this over. And this probably was the best of the lot. Round the wicket, trying to take it across him. Got into position perfectly and nobody moved. Mid-off and extra cover. Didn't bat an eyelid.
For Virender Sehwag, is it? Just short of the fielder. Yes, they cross over. The second fastest double hundred ever. The fastest was by Nathan Astle. This is the second fastest ever. This man is having a great time.
Well, he came very close to throwing it away at 199. It almost carried to that third man fielder, but he has got a stupendous double hundred. Second fastest ever in the history of the game, and really has brought everybody up on their feet. What an amazing innings. And he does favor this Pakistan attack. 38 boundaries in his 182 ball 200.
2 double hundreds and a triple hundred against Pakistan for Sehwag. But he raced to his 200 from the 180s.
Just take a look at this. Is what brought up his. Plays this shot exceedingly well, but this time he almost played it too well. Almost reaching that fielder there. Shoaib Malik making a valiant effort, an attempt. Didn't quite manage to cup his hands under the ball. Just landing short of him.
I was just thinking when you said 195, he equaled the score in Melbourne. He was caught in the deep on that occasion, Arun. This time he got to a double hundred. 314 for no loss. Well, he doesn't waste time in the 90s or 190s, Virender Sehwag.
Or in the 290s, Shiva. He got to his 300 with a 6 at Multan on their previous trip. Fascinating cricketer.
It is very important for India to bat well in this test match. They will carry a lot of confidence into the next game.
Bowling, Shahid bhai.
Well, that bounced off the rough. Off the pad, it hit the glove. He wasn't meaning to play at it, Dravid. Got a bit of extra bounce there. And on the glove.
Virender Sehwag reacted a little too late. But it's all safe in the end. It's 316 for no loss.
Thousandth run for the game. You're talking earlier, Mikey, about balance between bat and ball. No balance at all. 1,000 runs and only 5 wickets to the bowlers. Remember, 2 were run out in the Pakistan innings.
They'll be selecting a man of the match for this test match as usual, Ramiz.
Well ball,
I think the man of the match should be any bowler who managed to get past the bat on 3 occasions.
Slower in pace on that occasion, Afridi. Finding the gap. He ran with the ball, Shoaib Malik. Another boundary for Virender Sehwag.
I think Shoaib Malik is perhaps the quickest of the fielders in this test match. And he didn't have a chance of cutting that off. It's a very fast outfield. And he certainly didn't intend to dive.
It's 326 without a wicket. Starts off with a wide one, and Rahul Dravid, well, that'll certainly release some pressure. I say pressure because he's in his 90s now, on 98.
Short and wide, and we know what happens to those deliveries, whether they are from a slow bowler or a faster bowler.
That one spun, and I think it must have surprised Rahul Dravid also. He was once again shaping to push that one away through the offside. He's played it fine. Chase for Canaria. He'll give it up. And Rahul Dravid has reached another milestone, another 100. 21st Test match 100 of his career. His 4th against Pakistan, his 1st as an opener for India, and his 1st as captain of India.
It's going to take now a lot for India to change his opening partnership. Rahul Dravid and Virender Sehwag. 334 runs on the board.
Beautifully placed shot.
Three boundaries in this over again from the first 4 deliveries. This is how he got to 3 figures, Rahul Dravid. Premeditated, you'd have to say. The ball was well wide of off stump, but he decided to sweep wherever it went.
What has been remarkable about this innings is that he's gone at his own pace, in his own style. Was not pushed at hitting the ball hard, was not overawed by his partner's brilliance and aggression. Abdul Razak gets there, only 1 run to Rahul Dravid. 339 for naught. Sehwag 208, Rahul Dravid 107. Still to come, Lakshman, Tendulkar, Ganguly. Spare a thought for Sourav Ganguly. He'd be itching to go out there and prove a point on a batting pitch like this. That's the best place to bowl to Virender Sehwag. Wide, very wide.
Then some of those deliveries are bowled from round the wicket, some from over.
Signal is by, first by of the innings.
Not many balls have gone past the bat. So you're not going to get too many byes if the ball don't go past the bat.
He'll find Abdul Razak there. In complete command. He's a good student of the game, Rahul Dravid. He took his time. It was an important decision, opening the batting. Brave decision, courageous move, and it has worked really well for India. So he sized up the pitch brilliantly. Started off cautiously, and then whenever he was provided with a little bit of width on the off as well as on the onside, he put the ball away in the gaps. Kept it simple. And his concentration levels have been tremendous. He's just worried about his own self, and has thought of himself as only as a batsman out there, which is another good part of Rahul Dravid. Not think out there as a captain. Just go out there and bat like a batsman. Mid-on was pushed back, so an easy run to Sehwag. He'll keep the strike and frustrate Pakistan further. 346 without a wicket. You feel that he's losing his focus, but he bats like this from the first ball. Even when he's mature in the innings, in the middle part of his innings, he's like this. Very casual, carefree. Edge, and once again Inzamam ul Haq was late in reacting to that edge. It's a difficult position for Inzamam. He normally doesn't position himself in the slips against the spinners. He's very good when it comes to handling pace in that region.
When you hit the outside edge like this and nothing happens apart from the ball going for four, it's very disheartening for the bowler, especially on these flat pitches. Not too sure it carried on the full to Inzamam. Again, not a great deal of pace to the ball, not tending to carry too far when it hits the edge.
Round the wicket, he has got himself square in that slip position. It was a fine edge escaping his outstretched palm. It bounced before Inzi pounded himself on the ground.
Just a fraction late, Inzi.
Different tactics from Afridi and Inzamam. Silly mid off now in place. Quicker one. And well, Rahul Dravid, as has been the case, read the script beautifully. Played it in that arch of mid-off. Normally he was breaking his wrist to Afridi and playing him square, just maneuvering the ball with the spin. On that occasion, he knew exactly what was coming his way. It's 3:56 without a wicket. This could be the last over before tea. Timings have been changed because of the stoppages in the play. His concentration, it appears, is not going to waver. In very good position to play that cut shot. Every time that ball has been pitched outside the off stump, it has not spun back, whereas few have spun from that middle stump channel.
Well ball, Malik.
Last ball before tea is banged to Shoaib Akhtar at long on. He collects, gets it back to Shoaib Malik. Umpires will remove the bails and call it tea. So at tea, India in a very strong position, 358 without a wicket. Seem to have dented Pakistan as badly as Pakistani batsmen dented the Indian bowling.
Well, what a performance by the Indian batsman Virendra Sehwag, 270 not out. That is the second fastest double century in the history of the game. And Rahul Dravid has got his first 100 as India's Test captain and also his first 100 as an opener. 358 for no wicket, and it was a hard toil for all Pakistani bowlers. You're talking about the lack of speed in the Indian bowling lineup. Well, Pakistan had speed, but they still couldn't get any wickets on this kind of a pitch. Danish Kaneria also totally ineffective on this Gaddafi Stadium pitch.
Teams no wicket for 358 after 68 overs. Can't be too bad at that.
Well ball, Shahid bhai, good start, Shahid bhai.
And Sehwag, who 217, 44 is amazing effort. No doubt the 12th man would have picked up his bat and put it in the fridge, in the refrigerator, just to cool it down because it's been red hot. No run there. As we welcome Waqar Yunus. Can you believe the number of fours hit in this match?
Well, it's amazing, Dino, what Sehwag has done to the Pakistani bowlers. He's got a 300 in the last series he played here. That was in Multan, and he hit 36 boundaries. And he's already hit 40 here.
Well, just actually, you're wrong. It's 41. A poor delivery it was. Oh, even the Pakistani fans really, they just love him because he's got 3 scores over 200 in his career now. I know it's in the slot. I know it should have gone, but the way he's batted has just been absolutely brilliant.
Well, it doesn't really matter if it's a good delivery or a bad delivery. He's hitting good deliveries for 4. That was definitely a poor delivery. Smashed it.
And now this is the 5th highest opening partnership ever in the history of the game.
Well ball.
And one is a makeshift opener. Well, a few people in India say even Viru is technically, they believe, a makeshift opener. But when he's scored over 3,000 odd runs, an average of 55 plus, I don't think he's a makeshift opener. He's an opener, and a damn good one.
Well, I don't see that total of 413 has been saved on this when these two are playing. 362 at the moment. I have no doubt that it will be broken here, the way this guy is playing. Sehwag. He's having no problem against any of these bowlers. 362 for no.
362 for no loss. No doubt Pakistan will be quite happy to declare the bowling at the moment. Look at the overs, just 69 overs. And Rahul Dravid, by the way, is 116, just in case you've forgotten. We'll work on the leg side there.
Well, the amazing part in the Indian inning is that have a look at their run rate. It's 5.25. I thought Pakistan was really quick getting those runs. Scored those runs for 4.73. But 5.25 in a test matches. You'll be happy to have it in a one day.
Well, we did say with Mikey Holding yesterday that here's an opportunity for someone to score a massive one. Like, I'm talking not a little double, but a massive one. That might be buys. We'll have to wait on umpire here. And raises the arm. Well, if they get to 481, say, or 480, would they declare and put the onus back on Pakistan to maybe have a total here and try and get something out of it?
Well, I think they will declare tomorrow, half an hour before end of the game. I'll have a feeling that.
It'll be reluctantly the way things are going. A quick chance for a quick single there. Inzi was very quick there through the covers. I tell you what, there are times, you know, thank God you're retired, Waka, because I know you were great, but I'd like to see you get a wicket on this wicket. Fine deflection, looking for two. What about four instead? That's how quick this ground is. Add that along with it. And that was just a quite over. 8 off it, 370 for no loss. Because I've just been told it's the highest score, highest opening partnership ever against Pakistan, defeating where Smith and Gibbs got 368 versus Pakistan in Cape Town in 2003. But they're still trailing by 309 runs. Both players have taken the helmets off. The batsman looks a lot better with the cap on, doesn't he? Just runs it away for another boundary. Doesn't even bother to run. Why would you?
No need to. That's 42nd boundary for Sehwag. That was a quicker one. And that all he did is just put it in the place. With this huge gap there. Nicely played. Very late. And this outfield is lightning.
Let's do that again. That's his 43rd boundary. The most ever boundaries in a test innings is 52. John Edridge got that. And he's not too far away behind that. 9 boundaries there.
Well, I've never seen bowlers so helpless before. Not only the pacers, but the spinners also. Going over the wicket, round the wicket, trying everything. Fast bowlers, spinners, leg spinner, off spinner. Nothing working for them.
I remembered a couple of times when I read that Don Bradman played the clock. Now, what I mean by played the clock, he actually nominated from hitting the ball to 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock each consecutive delivery. And he did it twice in his career. It's this type of pitch where I think Viru can also do the same. Bit of hesitation there. good over. Only 8 off it. 378 for no loss. Let's have another boundary. I feel that the bowlers are just bowling in tonight's highlights. Do you get that feeling?
You're more than right, Dino. It's like literally like that was a dusra, literally going like highlights. It's beautifully played once again there, Rahul Dravid. All you got to do is just pick a gap.
And they both have an insatiable diet, don't they? When they get in, they like to make big ones, particularly Sehwag, of course. And they both know that they've played a lot of cricket whereby sometimes a new ball will get through you. And when you get past 100, you really make the most of it. The extraordinary thing was an interesting graph just showed by you there was 382 runs have been scored off 445 balls. It's 62 boundaries and 1 6 already in this total of 382. Nice little one there down the ground.
Rahul Dravid has been out from 70 to 90 21 times, and he's been out in 90s for 7 times. It's nicely played through the cover, and Zamam ul Haq there who fielded. 72 overs gone, 384 for no wicket.
Just talking about the most number of boundaries scored Test cricket now. Sehwag has got 43. Laxman got 44 boundaries and he's brilliant, 281 against India. Lara got 45 boundaries when he made that 375 against England. There's all the boundaries there for Sehwag, and that big 6 down the ground. I'll let that one go. Bradman got 46 boundaries against England 1930 when he scored that brilliant 334, and Edridge 52 boundaries out of his 310 back against New Zealand. And let's add that to 44 now. So he's up to equal with Laxman now. If he gets one more boundary, he scored the most number of boundaries in an innings in a Test match, defeating VVS Laxman against Australia back in 2001 by an Indian.
Don't worry about it, Dino. He's going to break the Edridge record also. It's not too far away. 52 boundaries he hit. This was his 44th.
It's amazing not by an Englishman to score 52 boundaries in just 310 not out. That's blown me away. John Edridge there against New Zealand. That's the off spinner there. And down the ground. A really good over there. 5 just off it. 389 for no loss.
Well bowled, Malik. Lovely bowling.
Sehwag just looking around the ground now, trying to find those boundaries. Oh, that's where he's looking to hit them, down there, and he gets another one. That's a beautiful shot, because you realise there's boundaries covered everywhere, but he let the ball come on so late and then just open the blade up. He's a class act.
Not only against the spinners, he also played this particular shot very nicely against the pace bowler. That one was a little quicker. Nicely played there.
Most boundaries by an Indian in a Test innings. There he is. He's got 45 now. 7 behind the record. Beautifully bowled. And more importantly, it's the second highest opening partnership ever. Surpassing Turner and Jarvis when New Zealand played the West Indies in Georgetown 1972, and Michael Holding obviously wasn't bowling on that day. It looked like he tried to go downtown there. Didn't get all of it. Luck's of fortune. So the second highest opening partnership ever by these two. Brilliant effort. I don't care how flat this pitch is, it's still a great effort. Now they're just picking them off.
Well, the most amazing thing is their fitness. They've been on the field for the last 4 days. They've been fielding 2.5 days, 2 days, and then they're batting. I mean, it's amazing. The fitness level is just superb.
One more there to the total. 396 for no loss. Now, he's got 45 boundaries. Let's just have a look where he can get some fours. Let's have a look. He can get one down there. It's pretty fine. He can hit inside through there. I think that's fine. That's on that side. They're the only, or more importantly, down the ground he can get. There's 3 spots we've got for him. That's where he likes to hit. And on the onside, there's only 1 spot, and that's through there. Or there. Did we cover that spot? I don't think we did. There's so many options. 46, and that's the 400, and he's just gone past Brian Lara, and he's equal with Bradman for the second most ever boundaries by a player in a Test innings.
I don't think, Dino, you have to tell him where to hit. He knows his area very well. That one little loosener there, bit of width provided there by Mohammad Sami, and that was smashed in that wideish sort of third man. Beautiful shot.
He's on 246. And let's have a look at some of the reactions here between these two. Shazam. He's probably saying to Viru, can you slow down? Because I'm only on 128. I'm trying to keep up with you. No run there. And I'll just keep throwing stats at you here, Waqar. It's the 11th time for any wicket for a partnership has surpassed 400. 11 times in the history of the game for any wicket. Any partnership has gone past 400. Of course, the highest ever is 576 between Jayasuriya and Mahanama. 576. In the air, and it's down the ground, no run. Well, there is. You can smile as much as you like, but I wouldn't like to say anything to a guy who's on 246, but you can't rattle his cage too much because he's on 246.
Well, Sami, you should have done this a long time ago. I think it's a touch too late. It's nowhere near. I like that. I really like this, a little battle between the batsman and bowler. I know there's a referee sitting out there. But a little bit of, talk I don't mind. A bit of smile, a bit of eye contact. I think this should be allowed in a game.
Well, you invented it, didn't you? A little bit aggro here. And I think Rudy Kurtzig was laughing to say, well, finally, we've got something in this match. I've heard so much about these Pakistan versus Indian series. Oh, let's get it on, boys. Very frustrating for the bowlers on a pitch like this. No ball there. Just trying for a little bit extra pace. Well, maybe he has got under the skin of him a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Sami should have done it a long time ago. Shoaib should have done it early on. A little bit of eye contact. It's always handy. Batsmen do get on their back foot, or sometimes they get very aggressive, trying to dominate the bowler. And there is a chance that you might pick up a wicket.
No ball again. A little work around the corner for one. You just have to be careful here what will be said between Viru and Mohammad Sami. He's having words with the umpire now. maybe he said, I don't understand Urdu. No, they are saying something. Rudy's just keeping things a little bit quiet. He's having a smile, Rudy. He's fine. Experienced umpire, knows what it's about. And it is just getting a little bit darker here too, folks. It's quite strange offering the light to two batsmen on 403 for no loss. Seven off the over, 403 for no loss. .403 for no loss. The lights are on here, and there's been a couple of different bowling changes here. Navid runner coming on. 15 overs, no wicket for 88. Just a tick under 6 runs per over here. As I said before, he's on 46 boundaries in his career. He's still got another 6 more to equal the record. And now the umpires are just having a little talk. And I think Pakistan will be quite happy to get off this ground. These two, it's been offered. And they're coming off, which is sad in a way. I'd like to see a few records broken. He's on 247 not out. He probably needs a break. And when you make these big scores, Waka, you've never had that problem yourself. But when you make big scores, you need a bit of a break here and there.
Yeah, especially on this sort of track. It doesn't really matter. You go off and then you come back 2 hours later or an hour later or whatever. You set again. You don't really need to get in and get the feel of the pitch. All you can just do it, just go in there and start playing again. Start playing your strokes. Shouldn't be a problem there for Sehwag. And one more thing really amazed me. 75 overs, 403. I think this is the first time. I'm not really sure, but I have a feeling that this is the first time a team bowling has just taken one ball, has only bowled 75 and scored 400 runs, been scored 400 runs against.
Amazing run rate, isn't it? You're so right, and why wouldn't they be clapping? I know it's a flat pitch, but they've just played brilliantly, both of them, Sehwag and Rahul Dravid. It's a nice comeback too, because they could easily have thrown just 7 overs and 45 runs in this little session of 24 minutes. And Sourav Ganguly, who's batting at number 5, is not likely to get a hit, which is the weirdest thing for a test match, and they're going to play obviously for 5 days.
So there it is, a good strong statement made by the Indian batsman after Pakistan put up a massive total on the board. They are 10 runs away from a record, these two. It could be the highest run scored for any partnership by an Indian pair, and that is another record that will come up first thing in the morning for Virendra Sehwag and Dravid.
Hang with me, says Shiva. There's the 2 Indian players coming out. Will they take the new ball straight away?
Another 5 overs remaining. Must have been a frustrating wait for Dravid and Virendra Sehwag. And the pressure will tell now. The best ever partnership, Pankaj Roy and Vinu Mankad. 50 years ago. Great opportunity for these two to go past that. Virendra Sehwag and Dravid.
And saying that, the lights have just come on now. Got to get something out of this game, if anything. And I know he's a big student of the game, Rahul Dravid. He'd love to have his name up there as one of the world record partnerships. This man here is 6 boundaries behind for the record number of boundaries in an innings. Still trailing by 276 runs for the follow-on. And so they need 77 runs there. But what about that? It's just 240 balls in from 247 runs. Amazing. A little bit of a talk there between the umpire, making sure that the right batsmen are facing.
He's played the second fiddle, Rahul Dravid, but has batted well. Well within his limitations. Pretty severe on the leg side, Rahul Dravid.
"15 overs, no wicket for 45. I'm quite surprised that he is bowling sharp. Cold conditions. We don't want him to pull a hamstring, as we know when we spoke to him about his boots. He's got everything strapped up, his ankles to his knees to hamstrings. Inzaman walking away there on the left of screen there. There's his boots. Little nicks in there to get the toes to release a bit of pressure. And the big toe there coming there on the left side. We've still got a slip and a gully. Here we go. We've got some play here, finally.
Lovely piece of willow Virendra Sehwag's got.
Yeah, his bat's around about £2.7, £2.8. He uses a very short handle, just a couple of inches shorter than normal short handles. There it is there. Carries, I heard, 6 to 8 bats with him on the road. Must have a big cricket bag, that's for sure. Runs around the corner, only one. Well, if you keep making 248 from just 242 balls, you're going to wear a few out. One of the digital shots here taken here by one of the newspaper photographers here. You'll see that tomorrow somewhere, but you got it first on 10 Sport.
Another 10 runs is what these two will look at. 2 slips and a gully for Rahul Dravid.
I must say, as we speak, those lights have got really bright now, and you can tell that by you can just see the shadows, 4 shadows by the players. So they've had a little bit of a look here, both the umpires. Don't forget, the first world record we've got to get past is 414. That's their aim for these two batsmen at the moment. Just 2 hits away. Run there.
Again, Pankaj Roy and Vinu Mankad came in Chennai. And some pretty good ones. 387. Glenn Turner and Jarvis. Good Aussie partnership there. The Laurie and Simpson.
Yes, Griffith and Hall must have been playing in that match as well, so that is a fantastic opening partnership. Cameron Akmal looking up as if might have struggled to see that. He's done a really good job as well with the gloves. Let's not forget about that. It's just 2 byes. Just have a look at it here. His reaction here is a poor ball, went to let it go. Good footwork. And he looks up. I don't know whether he's looking at the bowler or the umpire. but he did very well to get to it. Was in the slot to go. End of the over. 404 for no loss. Sehwag 248, just 2 away from his 250 here. 404 for no loss. They need another 10 runs to break the partnership here. Inzamam ul Haq, who's trying to maybe get off the park pretty quickly, because they've used the 2 fast bowlers here. And Shiva, once they use the 2 fast bowlers, particularly in conditions where there's poor light, maybe the Pakistani fieldsman saying, I want to get off the park.
Well, you don't want to get into the record books for the wrong reason.
Just a slip, no gully. Oh, good shot there. They might look for 2. It just depends on his turn. It is quite slippery in the outfield. Going for 2. That should be his 250. Well done. Well played, sir. Rahul Dravid thought he wasn't going to come back, but that's a very, very good knock. Another milestone.
He's quite unbelievable. Having a splendid time in Pakistan. Virendra Sehwag continues his good form. And what a knock this has been. A strike rate of over 100 is quite unbelievable.
Smashes it through the covers. Another boundary. Oh, he's a fantastic player. Would you believe he's the 67th player, well, 67th time to score over 250 runs by a player in a test match. So it's done a few times, isn't it? But what a shot. That's his 47th boundary. Only John Andridge has scored more 4s in a test innings. A beautiful shot. Typical Sehwag. Now he's 1 boundary away for the record here. Oh, there's a slip there, looking for that little fiddle. That's the way he plays, though.
Well, that's the way he reached his double 100. And he sees this as an opportunity to score. There is a slip. There's a man at third man as well.
If we had to do a highlights package, Shiva, of the number of times they played and missed, I don't think we'd have 5 balls. Well, maybe 6 balls.
2 in a row. Play and a miss. Probably wants to get to that record in a hurry. He normally does that.
He looks a bit concerned. He's also too. Yeah, look, I can't see it. That could be out. It is. He's trying to run it over the top of Sims, and Pakistan have got a wicket.
Sensational partnership comes to an end. Run on a bit, the man to pick up a wicket. It was a short delivery, and Virendra Sehwag, the kind of player, is not going to let it go. But it's been a magnificent innings. Coming to a sad end, but joy finally for Pakistan, picking up their first wicket in this test match.
Short ball, try to ramp it over, 3rd slip, 2nd slip, and all he did was help it on its way to Cameron Akmal. Not complaining now about the light, sir, are you? Well caught. Great knock, sir. Fantastic. Well played. 254. India, 410 for 1.
Only 14 balls were possible on a rain-truncated final day, which turned out to be all the more heartbreaking for India as their opening pair missed breaking the 50-year-old record by just 4 runs. The dismissal of swashbuckling Delhi batsmen at 254 meant that Vinu Mankad and Pankaj Roy's record of 413 established against New Zealand in Chennai in 1955 remained intact.
Well, we've got the Man of the Match award here. Well done, Virendra. Fantastic, mate. Viru, on the way you played. You must be pretty happy the way you're hitting them.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I think we all are happy because we bowled well. I think we batted well and we really batted well. Me and Dravid almost break the record, but unfortunately we didn't do it. So we are happy.
You love playing against Pakistan. It's three times you got some big ones against them.
Yeah, of course, because they have a good fast bowling attack, and I love to play against fast bowling, and they are just try to bowl in short pitch delivery. So I love to attack on short pitch delivery. So I'm pretty happy to play against Pakistan.
When you get 100, what's your secret? Your last 6 knocks, you've gone over 6 times over 100. You've gone past 150. What's the secret? Is it your fitness, or you just love making runs?
I don't know actually, but seriously, when I pass the 100, I just try to play as long as possible. Especially I back myself, so I'll just play next 20 runs, keep quietly, then I'll start playing. I'll start playing my shots. So I think maybe that's the reason. So I want to stay as long as possible because I remember everything when I got out in 20s, 40s. So I don't want mistake again. So that's why I'm playing as long as possible.
Who were your coaches when you were younger to teach you to play like this?
I think my coach was Mr. Ian Sharma. When I was in school, he coached me a lot. He taught me a lot. You have to play like that. You have to just continue your playing shots. Keep it simple.
How do you rate this knock compared to the 300 odd you made at the Multan? You seem to have hit the ball a lot more on the ground this time.
I think if you compare with this knock to 309, I think this knock is much faster than 309. That's the difference. I don't think there's any other difference in 2 knocks. But yes, down the ground, if you're talking about the down the ground, because hardly the spinners bowl in this match, so that's why on fast bowling I was trying to play as down the ground. So that's why maybe if spinners were bowling in this game, so I'll try to go over the top. I played few shots over the top.
Is there any part of your game that you want to improve on?
Yeah, of course. One thing only, I want to try to bat as long as possible. That's it, nothing else. My technique is okay for me. It's good for me. So I don't want to change anything other than to bat long innings.
You get the feeling that a lot of opposition bowlers are trying to nip the ball back into it on your leg side. If anything, a little bit of weakness might be on your leg side game. But I saw you were so strong against the Australians at Madras. So you're strong on both sides of the pitch.
I think particularly in this game, I think Pakistani tried everything to bowl me on short pitch or over pitch or a good line or length, but you just need a luck. If you have a luck, then you survive on short pitch deliveries. I think every batsman have a problem on short pitch deliveries. If you look at great players also, sometimes they also got out like that, but you need some luck.
Well done, mate. Fantastic knock, and I hope you get a couple more big ones throughout the series. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.